Hey guys. So today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new release from Lionsgate, Boy Kills World, which I finally got to see this morning at like an 11:30 matinee. Now granted, I just worked a third shift at work, so I got up at 7 a.m. in the morning. So going to see a movie first thing was, kind of nice after a 3-hour nap. Now, we'll start off by saying I got to enjoy this movie entirely by myself because at 11:30 in the morning on a Friday, I was the only one in the theater. Now, this movie is, it's R. I mean, the violence is hyper violent, but gory in a unrealistic, almost satirical manner. So yes, there's blood, there's some violent deaths, but they do cut away before you see anything that's too gross, in my opinion, but also still blood squirting everywhere. The high point for this movie is the very quirky dialogue of the inner monologue. As revealed in the trailer, the titular boy of the movie, is deaf and mute. So the only way that he speaks is through an inner monologue that we're able to hear. Now, the voice of the boy is not Bill Skarsgård, who plays the actual boy in the movie, but it is still the most fun you have watching this movie besides the really well shot action with some very interesting camera movements set up by director Moritz Moore is the quirky inner monologue as we listen to this character process what he's thinking and feeling and reading lips. And that also becomes a really funny bit in the movie when there are just certain people in the movie that maybe he can't quite understand what they're saying when he reads their lips. So those are the high points of this movie. It was also fun. A favorite supporting character of mine was one of the bad guys, played by Michelle Dockery, who, of course, I know very well from Downton Abbey, playing a much different role. She's part of this dictatorial family that's led by the matriarch, played by Famke Janssen. And it's they kind of have this thing called the culling, which reminded me a little bit of the reaping from the Hunger Games. But the idea that this family owns this city through military dictatorship, the details don't matter. And the movie doesn't really care about the details. It's just, here it is, accept it, roll with it. It's a over the top, silly, hyper violent action movie. Who cares about the details? Now, I will say though that as the movie goes on, it's got about a 1 hour, 50-minute runtime, and I do feel like it kind of overstays its welcome towards the end of the film. This feels like a movie that really just needed to be about a good hour 30, because towards the end, I started to lose a little bit of interest in that I was like, okay, is this movie over yet? Not that it was bad, but just that I was like, okay, I'm ready for this plot to wrap up now. It also doesn't help that towards the end of the movie, I think the script tries to get a little too clever and tries to throw some things at you, going, "Oh, look what we did," and I was like, okay. Uh, you made choices, and they're not terrible, but it just got to the point towards the end of the movie that I was like, can this movie just be over now? That being said, I enjoyed myself watching this movie. If crazy anime slash video game style action is your thing, then you are going to just absolutely eat up Boy Kills World. I will say, sort of my parting thoughts. This isn't a movie that I see myself owning. Um, I enjoyed it, and I might revisit it, if it was ever on a streaming service, but not a movie that I'm going to desperately want to hold on to on a disc or even maybe buy digitally so that I can watch it over and over again. It's more one of those movies where I saw it, I enjoyed it, I'm ready to move on from it. Might be something fun to revisit once or twice in the future. It's kind of one of those It's kind of one of those movies where it's kind of like if it was just airing on TV, I might stop and watch it if I caught it. But it's not one that I would, necessarily be like, ooh, let's watch Boy Kills World. So a little bit of a mixed bag. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Enjoyable, but and like I said, the dialogue for the inner monologue, quirky, fun, highlight of the movie for me. Great action, plot, give or take. Could have trimmed about 10 to 20 minutes off the end of the movie, in my opinion, and it would have been fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Go check out Boy Kills World if that sounds like something that you're interested in. And then, of course, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I will see you guys later.